Free black people, free black people, free black people. It's your brother Jameel coming back at you. Know it's been a while since I did a video, but I just wanted to update you guys that um, I wasn't just talking it, I was walking it. My purpose is to help you to do the same thing, is to walk it, not just talk it, and to believe that you can do it. That the moment you think you can't, you can't. You done defeated yourself already. For those of you who first time seeing one of my videos, please check out the other to give you the history. But me and the Queen has got our firm, um, and we have moved here full time. It was a year in the making. 6 months ago, we purchased the property, 5 acres. I won't tell you where right now, but we have started the farming. I'm sitting in a 12 by 32 foot building that we had brought on the property. We have a cabin um, that we live in, and we are homesteading as well as developing Solstice Farms, which is our business. And um, we are wishing well and offer information to anyone seeking it free of charge in the black world. Again, see my previous videos if you don't know where I'm coming from. But this is the beginning of a series to turn you on to some things, and we'll share videos and of our journey to get where we're at now. It's real time, people. It's time to, you could do it, forget all the rhetoric, and you listen to a lot of videos and watch them, and they're talking and talking. And like I said, besides Michi X, I'm going to keep pumping her up because, man, a lot of y'all need to hear, whatever, for her age group, over, beyond, and wise, because that's a wise sister. And just to know that when you want something in the raw, you have to understand where you're at. So it has to be in the raw. We have to nourish our roots. We have to get back in tune. That's the only way we're going to make it. So again, this is our journey, and we hope that you can make the same journey. We talk about your situation if you're living in stress. And of course, if you're not, maybe this is not for you. And if you're having a difficult situation living on this earth, then you need to make a change. And it's possible. Again, it's profound what I just said. If you believe you can't, then you can't. There's always a way. Just have to ask the question. You don't ask anybody. You don't try to figure it out. You say, I'm broke. I don't know what to do. I like to do farming. I like to get out of paying out 80% of what I make on just living. And I can't even afford a vacation, can't even afford to save money to do projects. So that reduces your quality of life. And again, that's what I'm all about. I'm going through that whole thing that for someone my age, and I'm looking to eat healthy and whatever. We've been planting, we haphazardly did it while we were back and forth with our home in another state. We were coming back and forth for the past 6 months, but we've grown vegetables already and other things, but we've grown it just mixing some soil, tossing some seeds, and production. And I'm feeling, well, I always kind of felt good, but I'm feeling even better because I'm getting close to, leaving the grocery store alone 100%. And of course, we hadn't grown enough vegetables for me to eat on a daily basis, but just the whole experience has my aura eating better than what I was eating. Um, you know, let me touch a sec. I lost a friend, and I didn't even know it. I just happened to look at his obituary from my hometown, and he had been gone a couple of years already. And me and him were pretty close. Just I hadn't talked to him in the last 3, 4 years. Due to my transition, taking care of different things and whatever. But health is a precious thing. So you need to take care of your health, and I'm just going to hit that. And people tell you that all the time. And whether you addicted to soda pop, something that's bringing you down and whatever. And in the words of Cat Williams, if you got stressful situations and you're fairly healthy, but you're stressing yourself to death, you ain't using cannabis, then, I don't know what's wrong with you and whatever. But anyway, fear, of course, that's the whole thing. But for those who want a better quality of life, that's what we're here for. And we're going to expand, not just some dude like me on there seeking to make videos out there. And of course, I don't talk about a lot of the politics. I don't deal with all that kind of stuff and whatever. I'm dealing with doing. I'm here to kill procrastination. Procrastination is a bitch. You got to get rid of that procrastination. And it's a disease. I'm sure it is and whatever, because it stumps you from doing what you got to do. You'll put it off till later. Yeah, I want to do this, but I'll do it tomorrow. Do it. Start today. It doesn't start a lot for you to start today. I mean, single mothers with children, and you got a bunch of bullshit in the refrigerator and in the cabinets. Go in there right now and just throw all that bullshit out in the garbage. I know you say, I just spent my money on that. Well, look at the greater good that you're doing. And next time you go, and I'm talking about even the poorest person, you can pick the right things out of the food deserts. Them grocery stores in the neighborhoods that's feeding you that poison, like Flint, Michigan. I just watched side note, for all of y'all from Flint, whatever. I just watched something else at Flint, a city council thing with Eric Mays. And it was just crazy to me and whatever, even though I know Eric and, I'm down with the brother because, y'all can say what y'all want to say about him. Of course, all the white folks was being racist towards him and whatever. But when you from the people, you ain't privileged, don't got money and whatever, but feel the heat, a true representative of the people in despair is Eric Mays. And so, but still the whole water situation, the whole okey doke from Obama coming there and drinking of the water and acting like it was clean, and just, the gentrification thing, every time you mention it, they go mute and whatever. And because, everybody knows that's what the goal is. And again, it's a shame and whatever. But again, the whole thing is take care of your health, do the best. If you stuck in Flint, I got it. I had a buddy of mine was mad that I left back up out of Flint and talking about, man, don't leave. That's what they want you to do. Yeah, I know it, but I got other interests. Can't make no money in Flint. Can't survive in there because, and I hate their plans. But hey, glad you staying to hold on, because I wouldn't move neither if I was in that kind of position in Flint. I wouldn't move. But everything is in your face, especially for the black man and woman in America. It's in our face, and we don't do nothing about it. I think back to the Million Man March. They were prepared to kill 1 million of us brothers. And what would the rest of the black folks that did? Think about it. Just what would they have did? They would have did nothing. They would have cried and marched and did whatever they did and whatever, but it would have went down in history books as, again, you didn't do shit. So again, I didn't want to get off track and whatever. Bottom line is I wanted to share with you that we're on the journey to farming. We're here. We're manifesting what we wanted. We're manifesting it. We're making it happen. Um, our business already is picking up. Solstice Farms. We're doing smoked meats and treats and different things, but you have to go to that website to check it out. Um, and we're developing it, so give us a sec. If it's not up and running as I'm running this video, it will be within hours and whatever. Um, but family and friends been ordering, and it's been picking up because they know it's black owned. They know that, you know, our whole purpose is to share it with everyone out there, to share the knowledge on how to get up out of despair, how to have a better quality of life. That's what it's all about, a better quality of life. I, and that's all we're trying to preach. You don't have to live life in despair. If you got problems or you got health problems, you could you could spare yourself from that. You know, and I give you a situation. I just went and had a checkup. Reluctant, but we ended up finding I told my wife I needed to find a black doctor because, you know, of course, I don't believe that we should go to, you know, well, whatever. Y'all know the deal on that and whatever. A man should go to the man, woman should go to a woman doctor, and preferably one of your own race, because I've experienced racist doctors and misdiagnosis and all that kind of stuff. But luckily, I'm who I am and whatever. So, but I recently went, and I know how healthy I am because I just don't, you know, I don't eat fried foods all the time. I love water and I'm regular, you know, and people who ain't regular, if y'all don't get that stuff out your body, then wow, you know, I mean, but anyway, but I went in to have a checkup. I'm 54 and found the black doctor. So I thought he was. He walks in with a white guy, I guess that was shadowing him. So we talked, my wife in there too. So she the witness to what I'm saying. And, you know, we talked and I, you know, told him I was healthy. I was getting a checkup and that for my eczema rash I get sometime in the summertime, that I needed some hydrocortisone cream, but that bullshit 1% that they sell over the counter, uh, you know, that's not quite working. But a doctor in the past that gave me the 2%, and you just need to use a little bit of that, and it'll just, you know, wipe it clean. But a little bit of topical and whatever. But again, I've been fortunate enough because of my diet, you know, my dietary habits over the years that I don't have, you know, I'm not a diabetic. I don't have all those ill issues, and you know, I don't let stress, you know, because I'm a cannabis user since the age of 7, that it has kept me pretty much, you know, trying to be stress free. And I had my moments in life, and you know, when I fail and different things, but you know, I've been anti any other type of no drugs. You know, I've never did drugs. You know, I don't consider cannabis drugs. Some of you might, but whatever. Um, Bottom line, um, make you know, I was in the doctor's office. I almost got off track there, but I'm back. So I'm explaining this to him, and he was like, okay, and was asking me questions, and some of them was kind of stupid, or, you know, he didn't believe that I wasn't a cigarette smoker, and when I told him that I have a Pabst Blue Ribbon, you know, 2, 3 times a week maybe, and whatever, you know, when I get through working and around the farm and, you know, doing things and whatever. And, you know, they, him and the white boy both kind of co-signed that, you know, I guess, you know, you know, that's a white boy beer, the Pabst Blue Ribbon, but it's a good beer. It's, you know, it's smooth enough. It ain't the malt liquor. But anyway, so he said, okay, I'm going to take some blood, and talk me into some other kind of cream that didn't fucking work, and it was just ridiculous and whatever. So anyway, he said, I'm gonna take some blood, and if there's a situation, I'll get a hold of you, and if not, you know, I'm gonna send you the results anyway. So I, you know, give up the blood, we leave and whatever. So about a week later, I get a call from the pharmacy that my prescription is ready. And I'm like, I already picked up that bullshit cream. So why is I got another prescription? And I'm wondering, why did he just prescribe me something? So about an hour later, I get a voicemail because I missed the call from the doctor. He telling me, well, he said, I want to discuss your test results with you. And he said, I sent something over to the pharmacy and I'm sending the results to you in a letter, and have a nice day. Okay. So I go get the prescription, that's what I said. It's Lipitor, or a generic form of Lipitor. And I said, what the fuck is that? And I remember hearing Lipitor commercials. So I'm thinking, but what the fuck was Lipitor for? Now, I'm thinking it couldn't have been nothing super bad. I think I'm intellectual enough because this motherfucker didn't counsel me. He didn't call me back in the office. He didn't say it was something serious. He just prescribed this Lipitor. So I tell the wife, I said, I'm not taking these fucking pills. And the prescription didn't end for 2 years. He gave me 2 years worth of refills, and I was supposed to take one a day. So I said, I'm not taking that shit. I want to see whatever results. So when I get the letter in the mail 2 days, 3 days after then, it showed me a bunch of fucking numbers and whatever, but really don't tell me still what it was. I had to call back to the doctor's office. And I got some nurse, I guess, or maybe she was another doctor and whatever. So I let her know but the thing said I guess it showed my cholesterol was high. And shit, for years, all the checks up I had, they always said, your cholesterol is a little high. You need to bring that down. But otherwise, I've always been fine. They said on the paperwork that I had 6.7% chance over the next 10 years of having a heart attack or a stroke. And I said 6.7. I said, is that high? That can't be high and whatever. They must have meant 67. And I'm figuring they made a mistake because earlier when they put the prescription in for that cream, even the pharmacist, they had put in 0.5. So the pharmacist was trying to sell me the 1% that he got on his shelf for consumers. And he said, you sure that's what, this is better than what the doctor prescribed? So I said, see, I just told the doctor when I went in that the 1% wasn't working. So why would he prescribe me a 0.5%? So they had to get back with the doctor and whatever. And I had to go back the next day to get the right prescription that he sent in. So I figured, oh, they making a mistake. They really meant I was 67% over the next 10 years chance of having a heart attack or a stroke. So I called them back up and say, hey, 6.7, I said, did y'all mean 67%? And she said, no, it was 6.7. She said, but that's high. And I said, oh, it is? And I said, okay, so what's the deal with these pills? Do I take it temporarily or do I need to take it or whatever to lower my cholesterol? And she said, no, you need to take it the rest of, your days and whatever. And I said, what? I said, well, look, there ain't no alternative to that. And she said, oh, sure, just don't eat fried foods. And she started ramping off a bunch of stuff she told me not to do and whatever. I said, well, how come the doctor didn't tell me that? How come he didn't give me that, whatever? I had to assume that myself. So I threw them damn pill, even though it cost me $20 for the damn prescription. But, you know, because I had insurance, but still, fuck. I'm not taking that shit. I just have to adjust my eating a little better for whatever it is, because I don't eat fried foods like that. Lately, I got to get that back. Since coming back and forth over the last 6 months, because our farm where we're at now is 200 miles south of where we were living. So every weekend we would come back and forth and whatever, and at this stop, I would get chicken wings. But I ain't never ate that much fried food before in my life and whatever, and that type of stuff, and you know, the average stuff that had black people fucked up in the first place. But so whatever, and it was still, it had got over that peak. But I'm sensible enough to say, okay, don't do that shit no more. Quit that. If you want to have better health, then that's what they're telling you. But that's the choice I made. So I just want to share that with you. And again, I hope you look forward to our series of videos that's coming out, SOULSTICE Farms, and that we're seeking to involve anybody that's out there. If you're an entrepreneur, contact me, get a hold of me, and so that we can hook up, because I'm raising fish, catfish and tilapia. And, you know, when I got thousands of pounds of fish, we need distributors, you know, and we need people to be able to do wholesale fish, that type of thing. I'm not going to go into it right now, because those of you who are out there and are seeing it and seeking to do something, then you just, you know, again, you just got to do it. Just got to get together and do it and whatever. And we'll make it happen. And, you know, if you ain't caught up on the bullshit and, you know, and you ready to do some things or whatever, then I'm one of those guys to where, you know, we can get it done and whatever. But, you know, it's real to us because we made it happen. We manifested. We wanted to be real to you. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world outside of despair, outside of a bad quality of life, outside of, you know, the rhetoric of a cookie cutter lifestyle. Caught up in paying your mortgage, you know, your $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 mortgage, bills associated, so you're a couple of grand in, and you living to go to work, then to die. I mean, but let us show you how to make some fun in between. Leave the hate for yourself, for your people. Leave the negativity. Ain't no sense of squandering on the past. If it brings you down, use the good wisdom that you learned from the past to get you forward. Otherwise, um, thank you for tuning in again. And I look forward to bringing you more news and information. We're building an aquaponics system that's growing with water. Um, hydroponic, aquaponics, you know the difference. Really ain't no difference, but it just depends on what you're growing. We got a chicken coop in, but we ain't got no chickens yet. But we're getting chickens, we're getting ducks, we're getting goats. But like I said, we just been here 2 weeks full time. And so we can pay attention to everything. We didn't want to start that stuff up and we wasn't here. But now that we're here, we're going to get it going, and hopefully you will join us on the journey on the way. We'll do videos as we get stuff in and as we learn and as we deal with it to show you the journey, and hopefully this would encourage you to do the same. Again, free black people be free. And watch you some Michi X, understand, you know, to get yourself outside the bullshit. Seek. All you gotta do is ask. If you're in a problem and Jesus ain't delivering, Allah ain't delivering. Ask the question. But it's all in you. So whatever your belief system is, I'm not knocking it because it's inside you. You make what happen. You want something to eat, you want something to smoke, you want something to do whatever, you go get it. And the rest of that is the same way. But again, soon as that thought creeped up in your mind when I said that I can't get out of the situation I'm in. No, you can't.